Hi, and welcome to Turn-Based Besties, a podcast where two grown adults with no free time talk about their favorite RPGs. I'm DJ.
And I'm Sam, and we're besties that love to game.
And we are drinking tonight. That makes it sound like we're drunk. We're just drinking tonight. We're not drunk.
Sometimes we'll have a cocktail, but now both of us are having one.
I know, usually it's only one. Usually it's only you. Because you... But Max
This is
was
the
having a
sloppy podcast.
Yeah, this is After Hours. Titty Topless Sam. Get ready.
Still not a thing.
Still, well, you know, the year's not up yet. So, outside of making tasty-looking drinks... Wait, what is your drink again? I know you just told me. Does it have a name?
Well, I don't even know what the actual name of it is, but it's that, like, elder... I said it's a cocktail with that elder flower or elderberry liqueur, the St. Genevieve or whatever it is.
Yeah, elderberry.
Got...
Elderberry, shout out to Framley. Sorry, they'll understand.
Oh, yeah. Those 12 people out there will understand.
They'll get it.
But, yeah, so it's the St. Genevieve or whatever that's called, lemon juice, Aperol, and either vodka or gin in equal parts. And I think it tastes like grapefruit juice, and it's really nice.
I think that sounds really tasty.
Yeah, and you are being dirty.
I'm being dirty. I love a dirty, filthy, swampy, messy, like dirty. I one time when I ordered this drink, by the way, it's just a dirty martini. But like I literally told the bartender, I was like, make it like Shrek's bath water.
Is that what you told them?
And word for word.
And did that work? That got you what you wanted?
It did not. It was not dirty enough. Because really what I want is just like a spritz of gin and then just like 4 shots of olive juice.
But they're probably just like the foremost Shrek scholar, and they know that he's actually clean. He just looks green because that's just the color that he is.
That's
but
true.
He's really clean.
But like, look how cloudy this is.
That is very cloudy.
I love it.
For the listeners out there, it is just like chartreuse green and opaque.
Like usually when you put a glass of a martini in front of you, you could probably see the person through it, and like
I cannot see you.
I just disappear. This is just
you disappear. Yep, you're gone. You're gone.
This is just Shrek. So outside of making drinks, what you been up to this this holiday season?
Yeah, not much. A lot of holiday stuff. We'll be hosting. Got to get a lot of presents for the kiddos, and so randomly when I was driving in home today, she brings up that one of her classmates Santa doesn't visit them. And I'm like, where is she going with this?
Yeah.
And turns out they're, a Jewish family. Mm-hmm. And so that she was so confused why Santa would come to everybody else's house, but not come to their house. Oh. So then I had to juggle that question. So that was fun. And it worked out. I figured out a way to explain it adequately, I think, to why Santa would do such a thing and still be such a nice guy.
Yeah, I mean, maybe he would drop by their house still, and just be like, hey, just checking in on you. Like, he does, like...
And sometimes I think he does, yeah.
I think so. Like, for the non-Christmas celebrating people who believe in Santa's going to drop in on you still and just, like, check in. Do, like, a routine house check. Be like, are you cool?
There you go.
Do you need help with bills? That's great.
Anybody with a chimney, and even those without, anybody at all. He just comes by. Just help. This is the new Santa canon.
Anybody with a chimney, and even those without. Most of us don't have a fucking chimney, Sam. Come on. Oh, wait, I do. Oh, my God, I actually do.
Oh, my gosh.
Oh, shit.
High and mighty from your ivory chimney.
Wait, you must have a chimney also, right?
Yeah, we got to get it fixed, and it's leaking, and so we got to get a guy out here. We have a giant scaffold by my house right now to fix the chimney.
Okay, so we have chimneys, but what? But most people... Oh, God. Well... I forgot that I had a chimney. They don't seem common.
Chimney or a chimenea. Maybe he'd come down your chimenea.
I mean, I think he has to buy me a drink or two before that happens.
Hey, Mom. So,
yes.
All right. Well, what are you up to with that's outside of Chimenea space and kid space and space.
Yeah, outside of embarrassing you in front of your mom who's
Oh, it's
listening
fine.
to the podcast. Hi, Maureen, love you. I just did a West Coast premiere of an opera
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah,
this
yeah.
past weekend. Yeah, of La Calis, which is kind of a retelling a little bit of Maria Callas and her journey of being an opera singer and having a husband who was kind of a goober and then falling in love with Aristotle Onassis, who at one point was like, considered the richest, if not one of the richest, if not the richest man in the world. And she had an affair with him. The Onassis name probably sounds familiar to you out there because Jackie Kennedy Onassis,
Oh.
after her husband was assassinated, 10 years later, she started a love affair with Onassis as well. I think at the same time when he was finishing his relationship with Maria Callas. So spicy. Anyway,
Oh my
I sing
gosh.
Zeus.
So this is Bravo before Bravo.
Yeah. So that's what my weekend was singing some Zeus in this
Oh
opera.
yeah,
That
you were Zeus. Oh,
yeah.
did you send? I don't think you sent pictures, or did you? No, you put. Did you put up the photo?
Oh, I didn't, but I did take a photo with my Zeusly jacket. Oh, I should post that still because
You should post it.
because of the
You'll post
previous
it.
Hades
DJ will be
episode.
posting it. Everybody out there.
Oh God,
Our
well,
Instas.
guess I got to do it now.
It's canon.
It is.
Okay. Well, you're singing so much. Anything? Any
know.
other singing related activities?
Not for me. I'm prepping my studio for end of year NATS. That's National Association of Teachers of Singing. For those who know what that is, it's a great organization that also hosts what we call student auditions. Really, it's just a competition for varying levels of singers. So I think
Great.
I have 18 in the studio who are going to compete in it, though that number usually drops to three or four less than that, fewer than that. So I bet I'll have probably 14 or 15 who end up submitting for the competition, and it's always it's nice feathers in their caps.
That's still a bunch. Yeah, that's a lot of
Yeah.
preparation.
Yeah. I mean, usually it's like 22, 23 people. So we're down this year. My studio is usually I have the most folks in the Puget Sound from a single studio who compete.
Wow.
No, like total slay moment, but no.
And that sounds like a devil or a
And-
demon.
Oh my God,
Maybe
Sam!
even.
Jesus Christ!
A lot of studying going on in your school, you might say.
Yeah, sure will. Sam, what am I?
What are we talking about today?
All the ways that I can murder you. But until we get there today, I am going to try to convince the general public, not just you, but the general public, to try their hand at a little indie game called Demon School.
Demon School.
Yeah, bonus. Was that was? Yeah.
That's what we did. Yeah.
Okay.
I like how you stopped mid bonus
I was like,
to add to the suspense.
banter. I was like, what is it? Bonus.
You got it, though.
Bonus.
You nailed it.
It's Demon School. So you've heard of this game, right? Before me, even
Oh, yeah,
probably
yeah.
just yeah.
Well, I mean, you were talking about it, and then my older brother, Ben, shout out Ben, was messaging me about it. And so I
Oh,
heard
no way.
from multiple people being like, hey, this looks cool. Are you playing this?
Oh, very cool. Well,
Mm-hmm.
I just beat it. I just finished it last night, so I feel like I can give a decent review of it.
Well, great. Well, tell me what it's about and convince me and everybody else in the entire world.
Okay, well, I'll do my best. So, what is Demon School? I think it's this juxtaposition of beauty and horror, just like a Giallo film. So, I'll get to that in a moment.
I
So,
am lost already.
oh, shut the heck up. I will explain all that later. So, Demon School is a tactics-based RPG with the lightest of light, like school life, social dynamics, like people who are looking for a persona, you're not going to get it here. So if you're looking for a social sim, like if you like that kind of game, this ain't it for you, man. In fact, I think one of the biggest complaints is that it's pretty shallow social sims, which I think for people like you and I were like, great, because I don't want to spend a lot of time doing that stuff.
I'm with you, and I do want less of that, but I still am really suspicious, as I said once before, that
Are you
the
pitious?
school part is minimal in a game called Demon School?
DemonSchool. It really is very minimal.
Okay, I'll just take your word for it because I guess I trust you.
Thank you so much. So yes, to back up, tactics RPG, horror themed demon fighting. You play as a freshman. Her name is Faye. She is this basically an heir to a demon hunting family, and she arrives on a mysterious island to go to her university to be a freshman in college. What starts as a pretty normal semester quickly becomes a battle between humans and the demon world. So this game launched on November 19th, 2025, after like a lot of delays across all of the platforms, like all of them: PC, Switch, PlayStation, Xbox, Steam. Developed by Necrosoft Games and published by, I'm gonna say, Yeezbrid, but I think I might be saying that incorrectly. Yeezbrid, but I think it means something in another language that I haven't looked up, so I'll let you do that at some point. It's got to, man. So, what is the gameplay to DemonSchool? So, it's a tactical strategic RPG. So, think Fire Emblem in a way. So, battles are grid or board based. There are 0 random battles, which is nice. Every battle is planned out, so that means every battle is either part of the main story, a side quest, or a quest for one of your party members. The phrase that they've been using for advertising this game is movement equals action. So each step that you take can be a movement, obviously, an attack, or an ability that you can use. So you plan all of your moves during what's called the planning phase, and then you watch them all get executed. And the cool thing is, before you push the execute button, you can rewind and redo all of your moves to your heart's content until you feel like you've maximized that round, which is pretty cool.
So every single character, like so Fire Emblem, in most tactical games, you move one at a time, and then you execute their move. This one, a lot of turn-based games, you might set all of them and then hit play. That's what Bravely Default that I'm playing right now is kind of like. So this one is kind of a mashup of that it's tactical and like Fire Emblem, but you do the whole team. And okay. So like, but they couldn't both occupy the same spot. So if you've already moved somebody to be in a spot, the next person can't be there. And so it tries to fit in what the other people are doing on the same terms so they don't overlap. Okay, cool.
It does. And for the most part, it's just a party of 4. For the most part. So it's not nearly as expansive as the field would be on Fire Emblem, where it could be 10 to 12 people, right?
Yeah, that would be unwieldy, I would think. So that makes sense.
Kind of crazy. Yeah. So it's fun. The planning phase kind of worried me in the beginning, and then I watched some gameplay and I was like, oh wait, this is fun. This is literally just a turn-based RPG, like tactical game.
Yeah, I don't have a problem with that. That sounds interesting. A nice twist.
Yeah, it's fun. So your units can interact with each other also and with the environment. They can push objects, they can knock enemies back, they can exploit terrain like fire, or you can flank and get more damage, which is pretty cool. And then there are things like combos and buffs or debuffs or elemental weaknesses. Each battle is kind of like a puzzle. So a puzzle with, hundreds of ways to solve it, basically. Each battle has a suggested number of turns to get the highest grade. So usually it's like, hey, defeat 16 enemies in 4 turns, and that's your goal. You don't lose the battle if you don't do that. It's just you get the most currency from each battle if you do achieve those goals. That's it. Yeah, and you get a battle grade of A, B, or C. And in order to get an A, you have to have all your party members survive and defeat the number of enemies they want you to defeat before you go over your allotted turn amount. So if it's 5 turns and then it's 16 enemies, defeat 16 enemies under 5 turns or within 5 turns. It can be the 5th turn that also counts, and do it with nobody dying. There's your A, man. You got it. Easy peasy.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
There is a lot of games have been doing this. They share action points. Like the party shares action points. So you have 8 action points per round, and everyone's first action takes 1 point. Everyone's second action takes, you guessed it, 2 points, and so on. So every move you make matters. Everything you do matters because there's a low HP in this. Everyone has 3 hit points.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah.
And so with the action points, it's emphasizing using all of them because the first thing they do is fewer points. But if you wanted to use one character a bunch of times, that's going to use up your points faster because it's more points for each successive use. Okay, gotcha.
Yep.
Teamwork.
Yeah, teamwork. It does indeed make the dream work. So there is no leveling in this game. There's no leveling. Okay. Isn't that weird? I think that's kind of weird, right?
But you get like a currency that you use to unlock specific abilities or add stats.
Yep.
Gotcha.
Yep. And you have a ton of abilities. Essentially, you can equip 2 abilities to a character, 3 by the end of the game when some other things open up for you. And this can be things like you can use a fire fist, or you can phase through a line of enemies and poison each of them. You can push people. Your teammate who might automatically always push people, you can equip something so they don't push people because maybe you don't want them to push something for a particular battle, right?
Okay.
Each character also has a special move. Think of it like a limit break in Final Fantasy, that after doing a number of actions or taking a number of hits, it's activated after a while. And I think it's really cool that each boss battle at the end of the week has its own gimmick, which is really fun.
Meaning
that
like it's something that switches the script completely. Like
something
different type of battle.
Yeah. So sometimes it's you're not hitting the boss, you're trying to hit objects into the boss, or you need to break a boss's shield, or maybe you're not even fighting a boss. Maybe you're just trying to stop the boiler from exploding, and you need to keep hitting the lever. Yeah,
I was gonna say So it sounds like there's some win condition differences on bosses.
Yeah,
but the other battles, the win condition is always kill all demons.
Kill the number of demons that are on the screen, and then
it's not like protect a thing or get to the end of a corridor or anything like that. Like different win conditions.
There isn't any additional unless I missed a battle, and maybe I've missed some side quests for sure. I very well could have, but I don't remember any protect somebody while they do something. Yeah. It looked like there was going to be 1 or 2 of those, but it wasn't. That's not how the battle actually played out.
Waves or anything. Okay, but the bosses have some variety.
Yeah. You can tell the bosses get kind of crazy because usually it's like every other battle is like defeat this in 3 turns or 4 turns, and the bosses come around and it's like you have 14 turns to do this if you want to get an A, and I'm like
this is going to be a long one.
This is going to be a long one because usually most battles take a minute.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they can be really, really fast.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah. So outside of combat, I guess you can say you manage a semester-style calendar. What I like about this is there are no time limits or constraints. You can do everything you want to on the given time period of the day. There are no like obscure or randomly hidden activities. So you can, I don't know why I said attend class. You only do that like on the weekends for like to end the week. So whatever, you don't attend class, but you train, you do side quests, you do karaoke with your friends to like become better friends with them and then get more abilities. Or you play things like rock, paper, scissors, or you cook food, or you literally try to guess someone's pose that they're making, and you can be like, you're doing an angry pose, and they're like, yeah, you got it. And then their affinity goes up for you.
So that's affinity. So there is relationship and affinity. And what it does, though, is it unlocks new abilities between those people?
Yeah, I can unlock new abilities. That's the only reason to do it. And everyone, basically, you can complete someone's friendship, for the most part, within, 2 days.
And so if you increase their friendship, not because Faye's the main character, so the other person that you're befriending, as your relationship status improves, they get more abilities.
Everybody gets that ability.
Everybody does.
Everybody can equip almost. Yeah. Which is great because that music video is very freaky deaky, so that kind of works. Mm-hmm. But yeah, almost everybody can equip almost every ability.
Oh, okay.
Almost,
I like it.
Which is kind of cool. Yeah. So you're not just getting an ability for your friend to, you're not just increasing that relationship to get an ability for your character Dustin. In theory, half of your party can equip the stuff that Dustin got for the party, which is nice.
Like it.
Like it, like it. Yeah, so what did I say? Oh, yeah. So I thought the calendar system, I think you and I both agree that sometimes the calendar system can be overwhelming or like stressful. Or
Yes.
maybe I just feel that way. But I feel like
It
it
can
can.
be. I kind of just didn't think about it as much in Persona 3 Reload, and I got it. It helped. I was
Right?
much too stressed about it in Persona 5.
Right? Well, if you were not stressed about it in Persona 3, then you won't even think about it in Demon School. Because it's so not a thing. Like I said, you can do everything you want to do before you move on to the main story. You can also retry relationship building activities until you succeed an unlimited amount of successes. And I don't mean dialogue choices. There are no dialogue choices. It's just if you're at karaoke and you fuck up at karaoke, you can be like, well, I want to do it again. And you're like, all right, I got it this time.
Love
Yay, our
that. I
friendship
won't have
went
to have
up.
my phone open looking at a guide to answer all the right quiz questions to get all the right maximum points.
There is no
Screw you,
guide.
Persona.
There's no guide needed for like 99% of this game,
Okay, okay.
which is awesome. So yeah, speaking of the characters, 15 playable characters, each with unique abilities and elemental affinities that you can mix and match to create your own favorite party composition. So battle sizes are usually 4 people, but there are a few times when you have 2 parties of 4, and I thought that was really cool. And then the final battle, not to give it away, but you have 3 parties of 5. So you do get to use all your folks.
So you better be like giving them abilities and stuff.
It's nice to have enough abilities that everyone has at least 2.
Okay.
You
But they
know,
won't technically be under leveled because there's no levels.
exactly. So you don't have to worry like, oh gosh, I didn't use my character Mercy very much. It's okay you didn't use her very much because there's no levels.
Okay.
There you go.
Sounds good.
So how are you feeling so far as we've talked about the gameplay?
I am okay with it. I like tactical RPGs a lot. The main thing would be calendar system and school stuff, and it sounds like that is lower on the stressful end. Still I don't love being a school kid. Whatever, like that's not my favorite
At least,
storyline.
at least
But
they're in college
I
in
get
this
over it.
one,
College is better than high school. It's
and
always high
not.
school.
I know, right? And not everybody in your party is. And I won't say this to I won't like give away spoilers, but not everybody in your party is a college student.
Uh oh.
I'll just say that.
Maybe.
I'll just say that not everybody is.
Okay.
So
Okay.
yeah,
Well, you've sent me some pictures, and I think I know kind of what it looks like too.
Mm-hmm.
But kind of fill me in more on the visual style of this game.
yeah. So Giallo, oh, and I'll go back to that again. So the enemies and demons show this like horror-inspired design. They are creepy and grotesque and often disturbing. We have some body horror here, folks, so if you're not into that, maybe this game isn't for you. But it's also kind of hilarious. Like, enemies explode in a spray of blood once you kill them. And if one of your party members die in battle, they also explode in a big spray of blood. It's campy.
But they come back.
They come back. Oh yeah, there's no
It's not
permadeath.
permadeath. Fire Emblem permadeath. Okay.
No. The tone is campy, and I think that's why I like it. So it takes the vibe of Buffy the Vampire Slayer meets the gameplay of Fire Emblem meets the visual style of Persona 2, kind of with the music of Giallo film. So Giallo, so folks who may not know, means yellow in
Everybody.
Italian. Everybody, right? And it's an Italian horror film. And like I said, I will get to that in a moment because I've got a lot of Giallo stuff to talk about because the inspiration in Demon School is like so Giallo inspired, which makes it, I think, really exciting. So a quick walk back, a little bit more about the story. You're Faye, you're a freshman in college, you're obsessed with demon hunting. The year is 1999, which I didn't bring that up before, but I think that's kind of important. And you're being told of an impending apocalypse, which is basically kind of a joke of like Y2K, it's coming, which everybody was afraid of in 1999. Each week is a countdown to said apocalypse. The weeks actually count backwards, which I thought was kind of weird. Like you start week 11 and you count down to week 10, week 9, week 8. I thought that was interesting to do it that way.
Countdown to the apocalypse.
Right. So Faye has to convince folks that, hey, by the way, demons are actually real. Like, a lot of people don't believe her in the beginning. And she's like, no, demons are real. We're going to kick some ass. And over the course of, the 11 weeks, it's this found family of a party, which is very Buffy inspired in that way. There's also a monster of the week and a larger story arc at the same time. Again, Buffy the Vampire Slayer. The
Yeah,
dialogue
yeah.
is fun and campy, and it doesn't take itself too seriously, which might annoy people. I've read some reviews who are like, I wish that the dialogue took itself more seriously. That's a valid complaint. It didn't bug me one bit.
Okay. Yeah, you like it to be a little bit less serious. It sounds like the tone is less serious, so it makes sense.
It is. It is, for the most part, less serious. So now, let's talk about the music, where we really get into some Giallo. So the music in, let's say, a Giallo film is like one of the most defining and seductive elements. It's lush, it's dangerous, it's stylish, it's very experimental. Though Giallo films are known for their striking visuals and violent, mysterious plots, just like this game, its sound design is just as important in creating a heightened, dreamlike atmosphere where, folks associate that with the genre. So the music is groovy and sexy. Think lounge music with like a little bit of psychedelic rock and a wee bit of jazz. I read somewhere online that people describe Giallo film music as glamorous and sinister. And I think those words describe the music in DemonSchool as well. So
Okay.
the melodies often contrast sharply with on-screen violence, amplifying the sense of like surreal horror. Other features of like Giallo film music would be like distorted guitar, cluster chords, unsettling vocalizations, like whispers or like high female vocalizations in the background, and a pulsing bass line. It's just really cool. I have to get very excited about this because I get to kind of combine my love of music and horror and video games in this game. So,
It does feel like the sweet spot for you.
I mean, right? I think it really is. So, movies that I think Demon School sounds like would be Deep Red, Phenomena, Bay of Blood, Tenebrae, Suspiria. These are all Giallo films, or I think Suspiria is really more of a film that's inspired by Giallo films.
Okay, okay.
Yeah.
I don't know if I've seen any of those. Should I watch those? You know me, I'm not horror themed, horror movie buff like you are.
I don't know. Bay of Blood I think is kind of cool.
That one's less horror?
No, well, I just think it's kind of cool. If you don't like horror films, you probably won't love a Giallo film necessarily.
Okay.
But, so, Demon School is so Giallo inspired. So, I mean, girl, it's not just a nod. Like, it is a full-on embrace of
I
Giallo.
just can't stop hearing Jello.
Jello!
Is it Jalo pudding or is it fruit Jalo?
Giallo! Sorry, I'll double the L more. Giallo!
No, you're doing it. You're doing it, but my dumb brain can't hear anything but Jello.
So, a very Jello. Whatever.
You're trying to talk like, just very educated and very highfalutin over here, and I am just taking it down so many notches.
You're like, it's Jello. So
It's Jello.
there's this like cool Giallo duality. There's this cheerful banter during the day. And then we have this like sudden intrusion of like grotesque horror at night. And this is like a tonal whiplash that's not accidental, because just like in Demon School, this happens in a lot of Gialli films, if we use the plural of it, with stylized violence and like supernatural dread. It is moody, high contrasting lighting and saturated colors. Horror films inspired by like demon design, body horror, surreal and grotesque imagery. There's this blending of everyday, so school, youth culture, with horror and unnatural conspiracies. So it's this world that feels uncanny. There are these familiar spaces that we have, like classrooms and dorms and campuses, that are distorted by light, or a demon invasion in this case. Like, the battles literally take place in liminal space, Sam, which is so creepy.
Yeah.
And for those who don't know what liminal space is, think of like a hallway, That's, I mean, it's essentially a passage from one place to the next. So the fact, and humans are, like, at our core, we're kind of uncomfortable with the idea of liminal space. Have you heard of that theory?
Yeah, I think I know what you mean. Yeah, it's not defined a defined space as much. It's a space between,
It's a
and
space
it's kind
between.
of kind of confined to. There's not easily an exit except going through.
Yep. Which can make us uncomfortable. And
Yeah.
and it's that uncomfortability is literally the battles, like the battle scenes in this game, which is also
Okay.
which is also super Giallo inspired. So Jello inspired. Shut up, Sam. So Giallo shows up in the game's lighting and color palettes. So the hallways and the classrooms and the demon-haunted zones often are bathed in saturated, moody, unnatural light, as if they're lit by like flickering bulbs or neon signs. Some areas in the games are actually colored by light and would otherwise be grayscale, a deliberate choice that mirrors the way classic Italian horror films use shadow and high contrast, and again, stylized lighting to distort reality. Some areas that should feel normal, like a hallway or a classroom, feel too still, which adds a sense of dread that a demon could be lurking around the corner. And it
They
usually
probably are.
is. And it usually is. The 2D sprite world juxtaposed to the 3D backgrounds creates this like hybrid aesthetic, which gives a surreal diorama-like world. Again, an uncanny version of normal space that can easily kind of tip us into horror. According to the developers, this is thematically intentional and represents a clash between the human world, 2D, and the demon world, 3D. Oh.
Because they can go like between the worlds, and like there's a new extra demon dimension kind of thought.
Yeah, well, the idea is we're trying to stop the demon world from coming into the human world here
Okay.
and merging, which would not be a good thing at all.
That doesn't sound good.
No, it's not at all. So, stylized horror over realism. Horror as an aesthetic and mood. So rather than like hyper realistic gore or like survival horror mechanics, which are super fun, Demon School treats horror as like a vibe, as an aesthetic. Stylized, sometimes grotesque, but always through the lens of artifice. Colorful demons, dramatic lighting, exaggerated animations, and borderline like comic horror, so like a horror comedy in some ways. That aligns with the spirit of a lot of Giallo films, not so much the comic side though, where style, mood, and flair often override realistic horror. Many reviewers even call its visual style pop art horror, which I think is kind of cool. So
Okay.
essentially, Demon School is part cartoon, part nightmare.
I love it. Okay. So I'm hearing a lot there, and I'm hearing that somebody would like this game if they like tactical RPGs,
Huh?
if they like well designed, puzzle RPGs with cool, interesting, mechanics.
Yeah.
But also if they like campy horror, uncanny kind of like historical horror, and also just juxtaposition of horror in normal spaces and how that makes you feel more uncomfortable. So a lot of different themes there. What else would you kind of say? What's kind of like the elevator speech, or the type of short discussion of who would want to play this?
Sure. Play this if you want some excellent music, some fun, if not dread-filled visuals, beautiful 3D and 2D graphics, an addicting but not too deep of a battle system that is kind of like a puzzle, and if you like Buffy or Giallo films turned into a tactical RPG, or if you're looking for a game that's 30 hours or less.
Or if you just like Jello.
Or if you just like Jello, yummy, 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 yellow Jello, delicious. If you
Okay.
you may not want to play this game if you want a longer RPG experience. If you want a serious tone, if you want a more complex battle system, if you want modern graphics, this game may not be for you. If you thought if the thought of a calendar system at all stresses you out, then this game should give you pause. This may not be the game for you, and
Fair.
that's
Sounds fair.
okay. I can say, to end my little elevator speech here, Demon School is one of my favorite games I've played in the past couple of years. I think it could have had a deeper combat, sure. I think some of the characters could have been introduced a little bit sooner. The tonal shift could have been more serious, sure. I don't think this game will win a game of the year, and I seriously don't think the purpose of every game should be to win game of the year. I think for me, this game was a reminder that when we meet a game where it's at, there can be a lot to be enjoyed.
That's yeah, those are all good points. And I think that it sounds like a lot of things that I would enjoy in this game, actually. But the more you explain it, it sounds like everything that you would enjoy. You know what I mean? It hit on so many things that you would like. So I can totally see why it would land so well with you, which is nice.
Which is why I was almost hesitant. I remember me texting you like a month ago. I was like, I don't know if I'm going to actually enjoy it, because I thought this might be too good to be true. Because I feel like it was going to hit on a lot of my checklist, and it kind of did. And I can also say, like, it's not the best game out there. Sorry to say, it's an awesome game. It's not the best game in the world, but like I said, I don't think every game needs to be the best game in the world.
Yeah, but the things you were looking for, it sounds like it delivered for sure.
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
Well, cool. That was nice. Like I said, I do plan on playing this, and I want to play it, but you know how it goes. You fall into the next game, into the next game, into the next game, and then you need to.
Oh my God!
Of swept away down the river of gaming.
The river of backlog.
You're riding down the river on your backlog.
Oh my! Well, speaking of your backlog, ew. What are you playing right now?
I'm getting close to being done with Bravely Default Flying Fairy.
Oh my God!
Yeah. I'm kind of. I think I'm leveled up enough to like kind of race through to the end probably, because I just started. What I like most about this game is the job system and getting all the different jobs and the abilities and mixing and matching them. And so that does take a lot of grinding at some point to unlock all those abilities or the ones that you want. So I started just kind of grinding for that for a bit, and then getting all the abilities that I want to mix and match. And so now I think I'm leveled up enough to probably jump towards the end of it. And then I'm over leveled for most of the story bits. But anyway, it's fun. And then for that change of pace that I mentioned last time, I have started Metroid Prime Beyond. So that's just, eerie sci-fi, exploring a new planet, shooting lots of laser cannons at aliens. So it's a whole different vibe. It's fun. And then at some point, what are we going to play, DJ?
I'm going to start it tonight. I'm going to play 1,000 Doors.
Nobody will ever know what the real name of this game is.
It's Paper Mario.
Paper Mario and the 1,000-Year Door.
And the 1,000-Year Door. So yeah, I'm gonna start 1,000 Doors tonight, and that is what I will call it. And you can't make me not.
Well, I hope you get as locked in as you were for 1,000 Demons and 1,000 Schools.
I sure will be. I think. So
well, good.
Sam, why don't you tell our folks out there who maybe they want to enroll in the next semester at Demon School, where can they find some information about that?
That's right. If you want some information on Demon School or information on Turn-Based Besties, you can follow us at Turn-Based Besties on our Instagram. You can listen to us on basically anywhere that you can find podcasts: Spotify, Apple Music, iHeartRadio, Podcast, Overcast, YouTube Music. Lots of places. We're all out there. Go to our socials, which is, mostly where you can interact with us by emailing us. You can interact with us by going to Instagram, and you can DM us there. You can go to our subreddit. You can go to our YouTube page and comment on our videos. You can do a whole bunch of things there. Basically, our release schedule is every other Friday, but we've been overachievers recently.
We've been killing it lately.
Friday morning.
I know.
That's right. So this one will go out what's today?
Wednesday,
2 days from now.
2 days from now.
Yep. And so tune in, check us out Friday mornings. That's when you'll probably see the new episodes drop. A big thanks to everybody else who's already following us, but get your friends to follow us too. We're going to try to get up there, just way into the triple digits. And
way into those triple digits.
Rising.
Yeah. See Topless Sam.
Nope, never gonna happen. So we're doing all these new games. We're doing all this social media. We would love for you all to join us on our adventures here at Turn-Based Besties.
And like you always say, and I'm gonna say it now, when everything in the world points right, maybe go left and see what you find. Because I'm not Sam. I'm DJ.
And I'm Sam. And we are the Turn-Based Besties.
And this has been another episode
of Turn-Based Besties.
All right. Cool.
We're gonna end it.
All right. Bye.
Bye.